Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another Google Earth Engine tutorial. And in this tutorial, we will see the basics of JavaScript in Google Earth Engine. In last tutorial, we saw that what is the interface of Google Earth Engine and how can you create a repository and a coding script file in that repository. So in this coding script file, we will do the basic practice of JavaScript. So let's get started with the basics of JavaScript. First of all, you need to know that what is a variable. A variable is just like a container that will always store data for you. You can declare a variable by typing var. In today's JavaScript, you can use let and const word, but in Google Earth Engine, you will always use var. After the declaration of variable, you will assign a name to this variable like num_1, and this num_1 variable will store 25 for me. And if I will hit enter, then nothing happen, but this variable stored a data for me, that is 25. Now you can store a variable with the alphabet and it can be a capital word, but it will never start with the numeric. If I will start saving any variable with the numeric word, then it will give me an error just like this. So always start your variable with capital or small alphabet. Now in JavaScript, if we want to inspect the data that is stored in a variable, then we can use console.log and then parenthesis and then copy your variable name and paste it over here. After the end of the line, you will add a semicolon, and if you will not add a semicolon, it will give you a warning just like this. Add a semicolon and hit run. Here you can see that in console, it gave me that num1 variable has stored 25 in it. So here you can see use print function to write in console. So you will always use print function in Google Earth Engine if you want to print something in console. And if I will hit control enter, then the results are the same. Now we know that a variable can store data for you, and now we will see that how many type of data can a variable store. So by applying these two slashes, you can comment your line, and these line will never execute when you will run the code. So now data types, and first data type will be integer. What is an integer? Any numerical value or a number can be an integer, like a variable integer is equal to 2 to 5. Here I just stored a data type that is integer in a variable name as init, and if I will write print int, then it will print the data that is stored in it. And if I will add a comma and then type of int, then you can see over here that it is saying that the data in this variable is 2 to 5 and its type is integer. Now the next type is string. Character, symbols, alphabets, or even sometimes numbers can be a string, and you can save a string just like this is equal to, and then these GEE is amazing just like this, and at the end a semicolon. And if I will hit control enter, then nothing happened because I did not print this variable in my console. So here just copy this one and replace here with this variable. And if I will hit control enter, then you can see over here that this string word stored a character data in it, that is GE is amazing, and its type is string. So next data type is float. Any decimal value can be a float, like variable deci is equal to 3.445 and a semicolon, and then use print function and then deci, paste over here and then paste here, hit control enter, and you can see, so it's still giving a number, but this type of data is known as float, and then other type of data is boolean. And if I will say that where is today is equal to true, use this print just like this and replace my variable over here, then you can see that I just stored a true boolean in this variable and its data type is boolean. You can also store false just like this. So these are the data types in Google Earth Engine. Okay, so now let's store a whole collection of a satellite into one variable. So if I will write SRTM over here and just select this one, data version 4, and copy this snippet from over here and close this. If I will say that variable SRTM is equal to this, then just I have stored all the dataset of SRTM in this variable. And if I will print SRTM in console, then you can see that there is an image collection over here and the bands of elevation over here, the properties of this dataset, and all dataset is now available in this variable. Like here we save the data in our variable, here we save whole image collection in one variable. And if I will say that what is type of this dataset and just replace this SRTM over here and hit control enter, then you can see over here that it is not a string, number, boolean, it is an object. So now we will see that what is a object. So object is just like a collection that can store different type of data in it. You can declare object just like this, var object is equal to, and then in curly bracket you can add your data just like this, like name is, and if you want to store character data, string data, then you will use these. Then name is Usama, and then a comma, and then age. So age will be a integer or number, and you can save just like this. And then is a student, and so it's true, and a semicolon at the end of it. Now if I will use print function for this and just hit control enter, then you can see the object with three properties. These are actually property. This is a property and this is a property, and this object is actually the type of this dataset. And if I will expand this from over here, so now if I want to say hello to Usama, then I can just write like this, print and then hello and then plus sign, that will concatenate my string with this property, and this property is actually within this object. Then before the name property we will add obj, and with the dot at the end a semicolon. And now if I will hit enter, then you can see over here that in console it is writing hello, and with the concatenation it is saying Osama. And you can also add more lines just like this. So you can see over here that hello Osama is 24 years old. So by this sign you can concatenate the string just like this. Okay, so now let's see that what is a array in JavaScript. So let's declare a variable name array underscore 1, and then you can save a array in square bracket just like this. And if you want to store character data, then it will be just like this and a semicolon at the end. And now if I will use print this variable in console just like this, then you can see that this data is stored in this variable and this is an array. If you say that if you call only one thing, then the position of red is on 0 number and the position of green is in first number. And if I will want to call only one color from over here, for red I will type just like this 0, and this will print only that color that is on the 0 position. And now if I will click control enter, then it will give me red that is on 0 position, and green for 1 and 2 for blue. So this is a array in JavaScript. Now we will see that how can you do arithmetic operation in Google Earth Engine. So earth, and let's say that variable name integer a is equal to 4, and then a variable name int b is equal to 2. And let's say that variable sum is equal to, and here ee dot number, just copy this one and paste it over here. And this is a number type integer type dataset, so I take Earth Engine number function from over here and just paste it over here, and then dot add again this one over here, but I want to add integer b into integer a and a semicolon over here. Now print this result and it will give me the 6. Multiply, if I want to use multiply, then just replace it with multiply. Run this code with control enter. Then you can see over here that this is 8. So you can use all arithmetic operation. Now we will see that what is function. So with the help of function, you can perform all this arithmetic operation with just 3 words. Function is just a block of code that makes some logic or that can be designed for performing any specific task. So for the declaration of a function, just write function and then what will be the name of your function. Like my function name will be summit, that will sum 2 integers, and then the parameter for your function. Like here, this is a print function and this print function can take 2 parameter. One is this that will show data in console and second parameter will show the type of the data. So my function will have 2 parameters. Let's say one parameter is a and second parameter is b, and then what will my function do? Will write in curly brackets just like this, and then just copy and paste this code and replace it with a and b parameters just like this. Now if I want to add 2 integers, then I simply call my this function and then I will give him a value 5 and 8. So actually this 5 is representing this a and 8 is representing this b. So what will this a and b do? They will come and save in a variable named sum, and then they will perform addition between a and b, and then this print function will print my result just like. And if I will hit control enter, then it will give me results just like this. Anytime I want to add 2 integers, then I can simply recall this function just like this, and I will assign my values over here, and this will add and print data for me just like this.